Alright, g'day, hi and welcome. In this video, I'm going to save you from becoming a curly woolly man. True story. Okay, how to properly yahoo with your chainsaw. It has come to my attention, even when you have such a powerful beast known as mini beast. Look at that 1 foot blade of fury. Actually, it's not 1 foot, 13 inches. All right, so mini beast here did quite a task the other day. Let me set the frame for you. I was up in a tree with the chainsaw. Plot Dickens. All right, so what happened was that tree that I've been driving around and threatening for about a month now. Yes, I do drive around in my car threatening trees because they do it to you. All right, so anyway, what happened was I finally got a chance to cut it. It was a dead pine, but not so dead that I couldn't climb it certain different ways. So what I did is I had a branch. Didn't come straight out like that. What I did is it came out and then it angles straight up. Pines do that weird thing where it's like, I'm going to grow sideways. No, I think I'm going to go up now. And it went up about, I don't know, 30 feet, whatever it was. And I had a fence here. Probably about this much of, I had to follow it maybe about this width. Okay, so we'll say the little bush is the back tire here. The raised bed garden started about here, and I had to follow a branch, you know, probably about this wide here. Now, a straight branch like that, no problem. You can just let it down nice and easy and whatever. But this thing came out, went up, and then did one of these crazy things at the top. So it was like this, and then it was like this, and then it was over here. I guess it was a branch that broke off many times. So it was just, I didn't know if the top was going to take the thing and do one of these and try to spin the branch upside down. Then it would hit the raised bed garden and all that stuff. Oh, by the way, I got my gas cap open. Screwdrivers work wonders. It's lock wired closed now. Yeah, so problem solved. Sometimes you have to break stuff to fix stuff, right? But anyway, so I had to go up about the height of the birdhouse there to cut that branch, but I couldn't cut it there. I had to cut it in. I figured it was going to be 3 sections, but it worked out to be 2 because the curve started about here and then went up. So I put my ladder there and went up past the curve, and I got up maybe 15 feet, 20 feet, whatever it was, and I tied my ladder, did all that. And my biggest fear is when you're up there, because you can't go anywhere when you're on the ladder, is that to get it to go where you want is one thing. I didn't want to fall on the fence and damaging the neighbor's fence, and I definitely didn't want it to come back on me, you know. And if it hit the garden or a little bush, not a big deal, but, you know, try to avoid that too. So I get up there, I notch it on the far side, and this saw is not too bad. That top handle saw, that 009, when I get that thing working really good, it's probably going to be a dandy one, because that would have been nice to have the handle here, you know what I mean? So, but this guy's nice and light. He's lighter than that 009. It's just that other saw is just older. So I made my notch, and I just started zip, 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 zip. And as soon as I seen the big going, I looked at the top to see if the top was going to try to take the tree like this. And then what I was worried about is a barber chair, you know what I mean? And it was one of those things, the branch was only this big at that, well, maybe about that big. So I couldn't really plunge cut it. So I'm like, okay, how do I do this without, you know, making sure the thing don't come back on me, right? So I did that, just little bits. And then once it got to a certain place, I just kind of pushed on it and then gave it maybe 2 more shots, and then down it went. Perfect, nice, clean. So, of course, that was the trickiest branch to do. And the reason why I had to do that branch first is if I didn't do that branch first and I cut all the other branches and an arborist had to come in, he'd have nothing to anchor on. So I've got my ladder tied, I got this tied, I got that tied. I didn't tie the branches to follow them. It was too long. It would have hit the ground, like the top would be hitting the ground anyway at that distance where I was cutting from. So I did that, no problem. And then the second part of where I cut, I was able to plunge cut it from the ladder at a lower altitude. So everything went really, really well. And of course, as soon as I was done, I went, yee-hoo, because that meant the rest of the tree was going to be relatively easy. Then the main trunk had like 3 branches, but they were kind of one over the other like this. So I had to cut cut them in a certain order, because what I was afraid of was one catching the top of the other one and pirouetting the branch on the way down, and it kicked back on me, right? Because I'm on a ladder, right? So I gotta make sure everything has nothing keeping it from falling. So anyway, long story short, fell one, notched from the backside, kind of hard to do, especially if you do a Dutchman on there. You know, you can't tell if you've done a Dutchman because you can't get your head around it, because there's a branch in the way. You only got about that much, whatever, and your saw is, you're cutting towards yourself. It's not the easiest or safest way to do it, but there is a way to do it that you can do it relatively safe, right? So that if something does kick, it's not going to kick into you. So I did that, fell the first one, yoo-hoo! Second one, yoo-hoo! Third one, yahoo! So I asked my client if she could hear me going yahoo. She goes, yeah, I heard something. She goes, yeah, but it is a bit hair-raising when you're doing that. So if you don't do a proper yahoo, so you make your cut. This is how you do it. Okay, so you make your cut, okay, you fall it right, and it lands one on top of the other, 1, 2, 3, right? And then what you do, and watch closely. This is everything. Okay, you got it. Okay. You just made your cut. Okay, now you let off. Yahoo! Like that. And you let it out nice and loud so everybody knows you just kicked that tree's ass. And when you do that, they can't call you a girly whirly man. Yeah, you're welcome. Now you know. Now you know. Always make a yahoo. But before you do the yahoo, you must prep it with a, watch again, watch closely. Rip, 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 rip. Exactly like that, or there's no point. You might as well just give up chainsawing if you're going to do it other than that. I mean, have standards, people. Have standards. All right, anyway. So yeah, Mini Beast was doing good. Glad to get that tree dealt with, and it's got lots more. Ooh, that's a loud truck. It's got lots more on the list, so it's gonna be a busy saw this season. It's been busy already, so all right, so anyway, there you go. I just thought I'd make a fun video on that. Have a great day.